before I leave, what you think about the movie?
What movie?
Pokemon movie.
Do you really want me to review that shit?
Yeah, dude.
But why?
Because they gave great character development to Ash.
But in reality, why should I review this movie?
Because there's a talking Pikachu.
Okay, maybe if some random people we've never met before walk by, maybe I'll view the movie, I'll think about it.
I guess.
So what I'm telling you is, I'm telling you, Pikachu could totally learn Ultra Instinct from that shit.
Did we just talk about the movie?
Yeah.
But no, that's bullshit.
You gotta review it.
That's bullshit.
You gotta review it.
If a fucking shy guy walks by, slap me in the face, then I'll review the movie.
Dude, watch
100%. Watch it what happen. Fine, RTS, I'll review the fucking movie.
Welcome guys, it is IG here with the review of the Pokemon I Choose You movie. Yes, I was excited about this movie. I really wanted that Pikachu card and I got it. So yeah, that's good. So, before I get into anything about this video, I would like to give a spoiler warning ahead of time, and so I don't spoil the movie for some of you who might want to go in blind to this movie. So I suggest you go watch the movie first, then you come back to this video. So I'll give you like a 5-second warning. If you're still here, that means you have watched the movie and you want to hear the review. So perfect. Now, this movie was basically the 20th anniversary movie to the Pokemon series of what if this happened instead of the whole ordeal with Brock and Misty. I like that. I wouldn't want to watch the first couple of episodes of Pokemon again with Brock and Misty. Like, they're in the anime form, and then also Brock and Misty are in the anime for Sun and Moon, so you have that. Now, I really like this new Ash. Like, he's more likable. He grows more. Like, there's a scene in the movie where he loses to this guy called Cross, and he's just mad about it. He's like questioning it. He doesn't let it go. And he just says at one point, "Oh, if it was Pikachu, I bet he would have won." And he just throws that out there. Like, shit, man. You just say that about your own Charmeleon and I say shit Pokemon, or you thinking about this guy who only believes in power and you're telling him, no, friendship is the only way to actually get stronger and bond with your Pokemon, and he loses to that guy and he kind of acts a little bit like I'm like hinting that, oh, Charmeleon is weak. But I like how it started, how Professor Oak was saying all the Pokemon were taken except the Pikachu. It's the nice little throwback to the Pikachu not liking Ash. The whole Spearow ordeal where Ash throws a rock and Pikachu is just laughing at the Spearow, and Spearow gets mad. The whole horde of Spearows. Now, where it diverts from the original anime is when Ash jumps into the river, he doesn't resurface and you meet Misty or a new character. He just continues running. Everything else happens. Then after that, Pikachu starts liking them. You get a cool little montage of an opening sequence with a remastered version to the Pokemon theme song, I Want to Be the Very Best, that no one ever was. So yeah, you get that. After that sequence ends, we go directly to a Pokemon Center where Ash is talking to his mom. Well, basically his mom's like, hey, oh, you don't call me this and that. Are you okay? And he's like, oh, no, I'm fine, mom. And this Pikachu is a bit more mischievous. It starts messing with a Venusaur. I do a little face, and it's just funny. And then, out of the blue, there's a poster about Team Rocket saying they're wanted criminals and Jesse James and Meowth. And we get to this point where they're literally in the Pokemon Center, dressed up in trench coats with newspapers. They have little holes in there, and it's just funny. It's just good fun. And they just looking at them, they're like, oh, they're talking about us. Oh yeah, we're super famous and whatnot. And it's just a good gag for me. I really like that gag. It was funny. And then out of nowhere, this guy with a Vaporeon just runs into the center saying how his Pokemon is badly beaten, and Nurse Joy just asks, oh, what happened? What happened? That guy's response was, we battled Entei, it was too much for us, and I just find this funny how nobody cares about the Vaporeon. It's just you fought an Entei where everybody just boats to fight with encounter the Entei, which is the funniest thing to me. And nobody said, "Oh, is your Pokemon okay?" As yeah, it's just whatever. So Ash obviously runs in, but before that scene ends, Team Rocket obviously overhears. They take off their disguises, and their story's like, "Oh, you're Team Rocket," and they just bolt out of there. It's a classic Team Rocket thing to do. So we fast forward that Ash encounters the Entei with said new female partner, with said new other male partner who I like because he studied to be a professor, so I like that. So I like how the other male counterpart to the team is a guy not trying to be the best Pokemon trainer or something that has to do with battling, but more either studying, breeding, or like sketching. It's all good fun. So they encounter. The Entei obviously beats them, and he just leaves. So then Ash is mad, this girl is mad, so they decide to have a Pokemon battle. And by the sheer luck of stupidity, she accidentally hits an Onix. The Onix, so we have a chase scene for a while, and the Onix is chasing them. And then obviously Ash does the Ash thing where he jumps and does something so stupid that can get him killed, but it doesn't get him killed because he was apologizing, and then the people have used the whirlpool to scare the Onix somewhat. So that happens. They become friends. And now comes that scene where most of the teardrops come from a Pokemon movie or the show. We see it's raining, and we see the lone Charmander waiting for his trainer. And this is where we meet the new asshole, Cross. Which I kind of like his character. He's kind of cool. He had a Lycanroc midnight form. So I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty cool, even though he's a huge fucking dick to that poor Charmander. But, like, this scene was more impactful because the other guy in the anime wasn't really a strong trainer. He's just a chump. But Cross was not a guy to mess with. Like, he knew how to battle. He knew how his stuff would work. Like, how he kicks the Charmander just heartbreaking to me. I cried a little bit there. So then Ash is mad. He can't do anything. Cross leaves. So they try to find shelter because it's raining. They find Professor Guy. He gets mad at Ash because he thought, "Oh, you left the Charmander in the rain. How could you, you idiot?" And the girl explains, "No, it's because Stranger abandoned him. They left it there." And then he just starts treating Charmander. And then he's like, "Oh, no Pokemon with this much loyalty should go untreated." So he's really a nice guy. And then they're just talking. Then the rainbow feather that fell off. Oh, like he's saying, "Oh, it's a whole legend about this thing called Rainbow Warrior. How if it touches the heart of darkness, it turns all black, like it loses its color." And Ash is like, "Oh," he's like really excited about it. Other than then we get a peek at Marshadow. I God love Marshadow, you guys know that. Well then, go to the next scene where it's daytime and Entei's left. And then they see a rainbow, they're happy. Ash takes out the feather and he shows them away. And then Paragon guy's like, "Oh, he's about to start talking about the legend of the Rainbow Warrior. Ho-Ho's at the end of the rainbow. We should go find out where it is." No, nice little adventure. So this is where it deviates from the badges and becoming a master or anything. Yeah, so like, okay, let's go. So they go. They stop by a town. The professor guy's reading his notebook. Then you see this old guy with a hat that kind of looks like Red's, but the guy's not red. But I think it's a nice little throwback to like memorabilia. So then he's like, "Oh, okay." Then because they just recently got off of a phone call with Ash's mom, saying how he has a big heart and he's rambunctious and kind of not expediting, more like just putting it out there that like, "Oh yeah, the Rainbow Warrior has to be of pure heart. Oh yeah, he has heart, but he can be rambunctious. Yeah, guys, he's a pain in the ass." So then this is where basically they find Cross and they battle Cross. That's what I said earlier, where Cross like, literally beats his ass, and he gets mad about it. He's saying, "Oh, how if it was Pikachu, he would not have lost." Then they tell him, "Don't say anything. Charmander might have heard you." Ash runs off into a forest. Everybody starts following him, and Pikachu just follows him. And then when he finally catches up to him, he he's trying to reason with him, saying how he basically, with especially saying how he was wrong. He shouldn't have been an ick to Charmander. And then Ash gets all mad and fussy and huffy, and then he's like, "Oh, you too, fine." He says, "Oh, only my starter was a Squirtle or Bulbasaur." He just runs off, and then he thinks Pikachu's gonna be following him, but he's not. Then he tries to find Pikachu. He gets all tired, lays down on the tree, takes out the feather, and falls asleep. But I think this is where the Marshadow kind of gives him like a nightmare or something to kind of ruin the rainbow, the rainbow feather, where he dreams that he's with his two companions, but there are no Pokemons in this world. It's just a regular world. It's all gloomy and shit. And they start talking about what's beyond there, rivers, lakes, trees, more civilization. He's like, "Oh, we should go on an adventure, blah blah blah." Then he sees like snippets of Pikachu, and that's what kind of snaps him out of that dream sequence. Then he wakes up to Pikachu and his friends, and then he starts apologizing. They're like, "You know how long we've been looking for you? It's been hours." And they just go on their merry way. Then we kind of find out like, oh, they show us they're sleeping while they're traveling. Female partner is not sleeping. She looks, and right before her eyes, there's a Suicune, and she's like all amazed about it. And then we see kind of a picture of her mom. There's long hair, and just by looking at it, at first I thought, her mom's dead because she did say earlier, "Oh, my mom was never proud of me. I haven't talked to her since I left." I thought she was dead for a moment. And the fact is, one of my friends brought this up. Her mom might be Cynthia, the champion, because she did state, "Oh, my mom is a very famous trainer from where I'm from, and she is from Sinnoh, so there is a big chance that her mom is Cynthia, the champion there." So that would be cool if that was her mom. What I also like about the professor guy, he kind of gives a backstory of how at first he says, "Oh, he was a rambunctious kid running around and everything. He had a Luxray that would take care of him." Then he says like a traumatic experience that, "Oh, the Luxray saved his life from freezing to death, but the Luxray froze itself to death because it was using its body to keep him warm." That was really sad. Like this is the first time that I see a Pokemon actually kills on screen and shows you the body. So that's crazy. So then they finally get to the mountain. They finally get there. They meet the old man. And they recognize him. Like, "Oh, you're from the book." Yeah. They also saw Raikou moments before. And then they ask him, "Why are all these Pokemon here?" Says, "Shit on the Pokemon are there." And then it's like, "Oh, you." They want Ho-Ho's blessing because they did state in the legend that they would get power from Ho-Oh. That's was interesting. So moving on. So we finally get to like the last act of the movie where Ash friends see Cross. He wants to take the feather. They have a battle. And Ash goes to Charmeleon. And like in the middle of the battle, the Charmeleon evolves to Charizard, surprisingly listening to him, which is really cool to me. Then, as that is going on, they win. Ash is walking by and tells him something. I forgot what he told him. Then Cross out of nowhere just grabs the feather, pushes him, and puts it on the stone. And like the legend said, a heart full of hatred, it just turns everything hits a fan. So then, Marshadow appears. It brainwashes a bunch of the Pokemon to like attack him, so a whole battle ensues. So Ash is trying to get to the feather to give it back its color, and he's fighting Marshadow. And a whole big commotion happens where it mirrors the first episode where Pikachu is really hurt and can't do anything, and Ash is feeling bad. So he asks Pikachu to get in the Pokeball. Pikachu refuses. He's standing in the way. A blast happens. Pikachu just does the jumping thing he did with the Spearow, but instead of succeeding, Pikachu just falls. Ash catches him, and they get hit by, I think there wasn't Hyper Beams this one. There was another attack. I forgot what it was. Then Ash is looking over to Pikachu and questioning him why won't he get in the Pokeball. And this is a tear-dropping moment. But the single thing that ruined this scene for me was the fact that they made Pikachu fucking talk. They made her talk, and the only words were, "Because I want to be with you forever." Then Ash kind of forces it to Pikachu into the Pokeball and gets hit by, I think, 4 to 5 Hyper Beams from Nidokeens and Nidoqueens. And it's just, his hat just stays there. It's a really sad moment. Pikachu's losing his shit. Well, her shit. Like, everybody noticed, oh, where's Ash? We just see Pikachu. What's going on? Then I think Ho-Oh revives him. Doesn't really show what happens. It just shows him in like a dimensional loop or something. And he's hearing Pikachu. He's running towards Pikachu. Pikachu runs towards him. It's all happy-go-lucky. Marshallow's like feeling weird because everything is fading. So Marshallow hides. Ash goes grabs the feather. Ho-Oh appears and they have a battle. And just then it cuts to a Pokemon Center. And Ash is Nurse Joy's like, "Oh, your Pokemon are pretty hurt. What happened?" And he goes, "Oh, we fought a Ho." And her first response was, "Oh, that's nice." Then she realizes what happens, and then it goes to the ending of the movie where everybody goes their separate ways. The girl leaves back to Sinnoh. Ash is gonna continue to try to be the Pokemon Master. And the professor guy is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go travel around. Maybe we cross paths again." And that's how the movie ends. And I really like this movie. This movie was the greatest thing to happen to Pokemon in anime since the red one. So I'm happy about this. You know, I'm not a fan of the old anime and shit, but this movie really connected with me. I liked how Ash developed into a different type of person. Like, he had doubts, he had anger, he had like kind of hatred, envy. But yeah, so what did you think of this movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What didn't you like? What did you like? So let us know in the comment sections. Remember to always comment, like, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit that notification button so you can see more juicy videos. And I have a special surprise for everyone on Thursday's video. So, without further ado, hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you next time, guys.